Alright, well, what is up, everybody? Welcome in. Happy Sunday, end of June. We are just over a week from early access to College Football 26. So here we are live. It is myself, Spartan Dog. I am back again. We are joined by Jern and Fontana. We're going to be doing the team draft lottery. Appreciate everyone showing up in the chat.
2-minute ad.
Hardee's.
Oh no.
Oh, God. That should have already had ran.
I do have to say this Ghirardelli chocolate looks very good, but not really what I want to see right now.
Oh, man. Alright, well, we got a minute and 20 seconds left, so we will kill some time.
Yeah, we'll explain kind of how this works to start. So obviously we have a bunch of different ranks, which you will see on the screen once this ad ends. But we have a bunch of different ranks depending on how long you've been in the league and what rank you've earned in terms of your play and your experience levels. So the way we do this is we start at the bottom, and we're going to do it. Start with picks. I think 26 through 32 is the range for recruits, and so we'll do a lottery poll for just those incoming recruits who've never played in the league before. So, for example, J.L. Smith is on the bottom of the list, for example, 0 seasons played. The highest he can get is 26, and that's something that we do in order to incentivize people to stay around and play more seasons with us and show longevity, because it doesn't make sense to have somebody who's never played in the league to jump up and be able to get the first pick. So we do that in kind of like a ranking system. So we'll do it in chunks, where we'll do this first category. So the winner of the first lottery will be 26, and then 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 thereafter. And then we'll go up.
I really didn't want to interrupt you, but I don't think they can hear us whenever the ad is playing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no. But we are back live.
Great.
So if you want to run through that all again, welcome back, everyone. I will be better about the ads, and we won't have any for the rest of the show.
Great. So just to explain kind of how this works, you'll see at the bottom of the screen we have ranks on the far left side with recruits at the bottom and All-Americans at the top. We rank these in terms of your rank in the league. So the more seasons that you play, you rank up as you accrue seasons and have good gameplay and show you're a good fit for the league. So people who are in that bottom tier have never played with us before, and so the highest that they're going to be able to get during this draft is number 26, and that's what the numbers represent in the pick range. So we're going to run multiple pools of this draft, I think 4 or 5 different pools, and the first pool will just be those 7 guys in the recruits category. I Got No Defense will be unsuccessfully picked at number 25, and then we're going to have one for returning sophomores, another for returning All-Americans, and one finally for All-Americans. So sorry to say, but for example, J.L. Smith, the highest you're going to be able to get is 26, but it's going to be a great 26 if you get it. So it's kind of how it works.
Exactly. So, like Jern said, we have 4 different categories. Starting with recruits, returning sophomores, returning All-Americans, and then All-Americans. Do you want to go through the competition committee amendment?
Oh yeah, I think I disclosed that in the announcement. But I gave myself 10 extra tickets because it's a lot of work. You have a problem with that? We could have done it. We where we typically, historically, in the NEFL before college football started, we lumped the conference, or we called it the competition committee. They're now called the conference commissioners. We lumped them in their own group, so the lowest they could pick is 5. We decided not to do that, so we could have, I could pick, for example, number 19 if my luck is really bad. I hope it's not, but that's just kind of how we did it. And just to thank the CC for their efforts, we get 10 extra tickets. Sorry, Sumi. Love you.
All right, so without further delay, we are going to open up the Fantasy League Lottery.com. Not a free ad, but they are probably the best one that I saw. And that is, we're gonna resize that just a little bit so it is a little bit better visibly and easier to read, because I don't know about you guys, but on my screen it is pretty small.
It's good. I can see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
I think it looks good.
All right, so we have in the recruit tier legendary vibes, Victor Valiant, Joe Log, Psych, All Day, Waiter Mater, JL Smith. Apologies if I got any of those names wrong, but welcome to the league, everyone. Like Jaren said, you guys all get one lottery ball. So without further delay, we will see who is picking. And we are going to click there. Reveal draft order.
Hey, what?
What?
We don't need to do that. We don't need to email it.
No, I skipped through that. Yeah.
Oh, it does have an actual little graphic for it.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Picking 32.
Picking 32. Victor's Valiant. Apologies. All right. So picking 31 will be Waiter Nader. Sorry, that was an N, not an M.
Right.
Picking 30th is where the suspense comes in with the memes. JL Smith. 29th will be Joe Log. 28th will be Psych F3. 27th will be Legendary Vibes. And the number one pick of the recruits, which will be picking 26, will be All Day 2812. Welcome in, everybody. Give me 1 second to get these copy and pasted. Okay, that did not. Alright, so we have All Day at 26. Vibes. Psych. 28. I'm assuming that's you, Jern. If so, I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll try to do this as we go next. Very suspenseful group for the returning sophomores with just 2 picks. These were the original guys from Kubi's league, which is Kubi, who joined us in Season 2 of last year, and then Bomsky, who joined us in Season 3. Happy to have those 2 back. And see who's better of the 2 of them, mono e mono.
And so for this one, unfortunately, this is the only downside I can see for this website. With only 2 teams, it will not allow me to generate names, but because you guys have the same number of tickets with 2, it is fair anyways. But we are going to have Kubi, because he is higher in the tier list. He is going to be team number 1. And Dabam, because he is second on the tier list, he will be team number 2. I. Oh. Yeah. Alright. And we're going to click here, reveal draft order. And so picking 24th is going to be QB, which leaves none other than DeBomb to pick 23rd.
Nice. Good there.
Thank you, sir. All right, and we are moving up to the returning All-Americans 20, 21, and 22. We have Just Sick, Captain Swags, and Baby Dick. Just Sick with 49 tickets, Captain with 23, and Baby Dick with 20. Here, reveal. And picking 22nd is going to be Baby Dick. 21st is Captain, and this went exactly how the lottery balls had it, with Just Sick picking 20th, having the best odds, having over actually more tickets than the other two combined.
Observed.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Been here long time.
Indeed.
Alright, so the most fun one of the night, by default of having 19 of us in the group, we have the All-Americans, including the conference commissioners. We have myself with 52, Nightblade with 51, Jern with 44, Balding with 44, Fontana with 36, VFL or Envy with 52, Geo with 38, Taz with 36, Reptar with 31, Dre with 30, Random Redbox with 22, Benji with 21, Sparrow with 20, Lizard with 18, KK with 9, Walrus with 8, J-Ray with 8, AJ JR with 6, and Cat with 6 as well. All 19 of us. May the odds be ever in your favor. Click here, reveal. We
I'm
are
just going to pull the Mavericks here. I can feel it.
Alright, and we are going to resize this a little bit to get all of them in at the same time. Just a little bit like that. Okay, starting with pick number 19. It is J-Ray. Pick number 18 is Cap. No major surprises so far. Pick 17 is Reptar, who is not going to be happy about that. I can already tell you that.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure Louisville's going to be at 17.
The Louisville Cardinals, I don't know if they are going to fall quite that far. Pick number 16 comes in with KK. Pick number 15 is Fontana.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The second biggest fall so far in this group. 14th AJJR, who comes in with the lowest number of tickets of the group and moving all the way up to 14th.
It's wild.
13th is Redbox. 12th is Baldwin Diabetic, who had the... Yeah, that is another big fall. He had the tied for 4th best odds.
That's tough.
Pick number 11 is Nightblade, who had the second most tickets.
Oh.
10th is Taz. Pick number 9 is Sparrow. Pick number 8 is Walrus. Pick number 7 is Benji. I did what?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a big jump.
That is.
Tickets to pick 8.
Walrus with the second fewest, basically, and making it all the way into the top 8. Picking 6 is Comrade Lizard.
He's gotten lucky 2 years in a row now. I think he had number 4 last year.
I believe so. Alright, top 5. Who do we still have out there? We have myself, we have Jern, we have VFL, we have Geo, and Dre.
Dre Day 1. Yeah, Dre Day 1.
Dre Day 1. Pick number 5 is Jern.
Hey, 2 years in a row, baby. Let's go. It worked out well.
I was about to say, you know, when it definitely worked out last year with all those titles. Pick number 4 is Geo. The top 3 are going to be myself, VFL, and Dre Day 1. And I dropped from the best odds to 3rd. Pick number 2 is VFL. And that means Dre Day 1 is picking number 1. Look at that.
What a pull.
The 31.
That's wild.
He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Great.
The ninth best.
Yeah, just for discussion purposes, Dre had a 5.8% chance of the first pick. You got it.
Wow. That is... Okay. So we have the... you're probably not wrong, comrade. Thank you for the follow, Psych. There were a couple other follows that I... All Day, Kubi, and Joe Log appreciate the follows a few minutes ago as well. So what do you guys think? What are your first impressions of the draft order?
I would say it was mostly chalk. It kind of went how I thought it would until kind of that run on random Balding and Nightblade, 11 through 13. That was a bit surprising to me. But that just goes to show, like, with this, this system where you do lottery, like, you can have great odds, but it doesn't mean you're going to get, that pick. And then, of course, Walrus being number 8 is wild.
Yeah, I mean, I know you probably got this from this idea from the NBA draft, but new this year they finally did it live, and where they drew the balls for the NHL right on live TV, and that was really cool to see. And the Islanders went from like the 13th best odds to picking number 1. Unfortunately for them, it's not really a great draft. But the NHL did that after all of the speculation about them rigging it over the past several years, including Bedard to the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
So I definitely like how you guys decided to do it this way.
Yeah, I think it worked. I think it had the intended effect. We don't see too many surprises in the top 10. I'm happy we did it this way, just from a terms of celebrating people who have really shown a lot of patience with us over the years, and it's a slog to get through this game, season in and season out. And the fact that we have 19 people in that top tier, I take a lot of pride in that, honestly.
Yeah, definitely agree with everything you said, and especially with this being the second cycle, going into the second cycle of a new game. Obviously there were a lot of unknowns a year ago at this time. I mean, we didn't even have a draft order until like the middle of July, and the team draft wasn't for about another month or so. So going in with 19 guys, or 18 guys that really stuck out the entire cycle.
Yeah, no, it's impressive in terms of commitment. I know a lot of leagues die out, don't have the same longevity that this league has. Not just NECF, but before it with NEFL, all the groundwork that Jeff and company did to set us up in such a good path when we did make the switch to college. Can't be more appreciative of that. I'm looking forward to another great cycle. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't believe I have to wait another week before I get this game.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
In the chat.
Yep.
Sorry.
Nope.
Question in the chat. 4-star teams. It really just depends on what EA has when they drop the game. A lot of leagues rush into doing things. Like I'm in another league and we've already drafted our teams, and I think that's so ridiculous to draft your teams before you know anything about the game. So we're going to take our time with it. We're going to probably be at least a week delayed after the game drops to have our team draft, so that people have a time to play the game, familiarize yourself with the recruiting, with the team rankings, with the all the ins and outs of the game to the best that you can in order to find the school that you want. Because I just don't think you can determine that at this point. I do think we will have similar restrictions this year. I think the restrictions that we imposed to keep people from having those top tier schools was a good thing. I was in several other leagues at the start of the year where those schools like Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, they just dominate because their rosters are so much better and their recruiting is already elite from the very jump. And it's an unfair advantage to allow people to have that, in my opinion. And at least with the way that we did it, I feel like everyone had a chance to build up their school. And that's kind of what this league is about. We want you to have to build something. We don't want you to come in day one and have, necessarily Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Smith dunking on everyone. That's not really what we're about. So if you can build it, great. But if not, that's on you. But yeah, we'll release available teams, like a list, shortly after the game releases, after we discuss, what the rankings look like. They might change, like, for example, they might have like the 3.5 stars from last year might be 4 stars this year type of thing. So we'll have to create that list when the game drops. Good question, though, Psych.
Yes. And obviously it is an EA game, so game will come out. We'll do some play testing and whatnot, and then more information for yet another year of a live draft will be coming out shortly, hopefully within the next week or so.
Absolutely. We'll get it running, and we will have a good live draft. We encourage everyone during the live draft. We'll have it so that you can call in and make your pick live on the stream like we did last year. I think that's a lot of fun. A great way to engage in the league. Feel free to create, any sort of graphic or anything if you want us to display something, or you have a hype video that you want us to display. I'm sure we could make it work. Happy to do whatever you guys want, but we will allow people to do their picks live like always.
Yeah, and I think if we don't have anything else, we will wrap it up there. Jern, Fontana, anything?
I don't have anything.
I've talked
I think
enough.
it'll be a good season, though.
Absolutely.
All right.
Always is.
Perfect. So appreciate everyone tuning in, stopping by. This will be archived on my YouTube at Spartan_Dog 4. It will be right on the main page shortly, within the next few days. Just want to run through and thank QB, Jolog, All Day, Psych, and Lizard for the follows. And yeah, stay tuned for more information coming to the live draft, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening.